Hello, hello. That wasn't. That didn't make it better. I'm out of G Fuel. It's on its way. I ordered a new one, but it is not here yet. So we'll see how this goes. How is everyone? We're playing more Disco Elysium. Oh yeah, we drove our car into the sea, and these are our friends. I am Tequila Sunset. Sat on that bench for like a long time. What are we doing now? I still want to sing karaoke. I can still buy pants from Kuna. So, how is you? What's this way? Oh, hello.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow of air, an empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence.
What the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow.
Wet.
The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction.
Oh yeah, I shaved and it was maybe a mistake. Who are the people who live across the road?
A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4.
Yeah, it was a mistake. The mutton chops hid some of the unsettling features.
His boyfriend
Insanity, that's right. Some of the insanity.
Of meat and vegetables with him.
I thought it said tears of meat.
But only slightly.
What about the bus stop?
Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It is not right.
I think if I pass a certain roll, he'll stop making that face. What about the road?
Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn.
A dead dog?
Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The sound of the sea has grown distant.
I ran over the dog? That's enough.
The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair.
Oh, I can't go that way. Kim, why can't we go this way? I guess because the game doesn't want us to. Harry is having a rough time, buddy. A little black swallow circles above you. You hear it chirp. What? Where am I going? What? What? Rear tire of a motor carriage adorns the reeds. Rust-eaten letters read Mazet. Hello? Mine. Come back here when it snows. Strange feeling passes quickly. Okay. Is it going to snow? Kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. There's ice? Come back at you from the rust-colored water. You. After everything you've been through, it's still you. Has anyone played the new chapters of Deltarune yet? I have not, and I've been meaning to. Goopy let me get one of those Game Boys. A school of fish huddled around the fence post, then scatter into the dark. Like I got her for Father's Day. She got it for me for Father. She let me get it for Father. Could the post hide treasure? Look inside. Oh. What the hell? Which will be nice when we go to do our Emerald Nuzlocke, because if I get the right little adapter, I can stream it off the little Game Boy thing, and then I can do all my grinding off stream. So that'll be pretty dope. It must have taken a lot of patience to do this. Hey, are you the cryptozoologist?
A shaggy-looking girl
Nope.
in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
Hello.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing.
Kim is also not wearing a hat.
Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
She looks up at you, distracted.
Maybe she didn't hear you. A little louder.
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
I do. It's a nice hat.
You don't have to do anything.
I should, and I do. Point at my hat.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too if you plan on staying outside in this weather. Now that that's all cleared up, I have some questions for
Sorry,
you.
man. My mind was elsewhere. Shoot,
What's your name?
a cell.
That's a nice name.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
And your surname?
Why?
I'm for the police. It's for the paperwork.
Okay, it's Burger.
A cell burger.
You have little reason to doubt that's her real name, but she's not all that surprised by this cop show questioning, is she?
What's that device you have there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
Contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
How does that thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where'd you get that from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's the Palaceum?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock.
Boogie?
Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Hey, it's snowing now.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Jesus. Let's go for the not homophobic one. Sounds interesting. Who's this Arno guy?
Yeah. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
It means I'm hit beyond my years. Nor do I, but I have concrete evidence that I rock in the form of Wrecked tape player in a completely trash hostel room. Neither do I, actually. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Get down, grind. It's a hit me on my
That's
ears.
cool.
She doesn't know what to say. You're right. Time has deserted me.
Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps?
Actually, I have some non-mic questions for you.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
What was it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
Wait, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Everything checks out, sire.
What are these... Drama failure. What are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps.
Musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks
I
around.
don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, your call.
Begins to take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Throws you a glance. Now this is where a hat would come in handy. No.
Yeah, maybe you were right about the hat. Thanks.
Here, you need this. It's a bit large for her. You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is...
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff, mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it.
Oh, why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
I had some other
Go
questions.
ahead.
Tape recorder lies on the ice like a discarded toy. Pick it up.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
I'm sorry you have to sit here on the ice feeling miserable. Your age, or at any age, in this weather, waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
People who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It's easier to live in their failure with this by your side.
The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
It's not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
Nothing if you got this. Don't be scared.
Okay. I'll stick to it.
Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now. As an equal. A fellow human being.
Me?
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer?
There's nothing eating me.
Come on, I can tell. But, okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want to.
Well, guess there is something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
I think it's the play of the working class. Everyone's just mooching off the entrepreneurial class, shackling the doers. I think it's all these foreign people taking our jobs. No. People just keep putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good. Sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no one understands that sometimes you gotta make sacrifices for the sake of progress. It's all very distressing.
So, the thing that's been eating you is the slow pace of social progress.
Well, don't get me wrong, I'm all for slow and steady progress. I just wish people would be a little more reasonable is all. That's probably not it, is it? Yeah, pretty sure. Now I had some questions about something else entirely.
Okay, so you're not that upset, it sounds like.
Told you I'm highly distressed by this state of affairs.
Uh-huh. And you're sure it's social progress you're distressed about, and not, I don't know, some chick?
The X.
Perhaps.
Now that you mention it, I found these letters I'd thrown in the trash. They might have something to do with it.
Okay. Why'd you think that?
At first, they had just the faintest scent of chewing gum on them. I could still smell under the shit. They're written in a woman's hand, and oh boy, did reading them make me not feel good. To hell with this.
There you have it then, chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she?
I don't remember.
Really? You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her?
I remember her scent, and that's all.
Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you?
Yeah, I'm sure. Why would I have reacted so strongly otherwise?
How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing?
I think it's more about me getting so unbelievably drunk I completely erased all memory of this world.
Yeah, or it might be that. This one time I did so much booze that I forgot too.
It's obvious she's done more than booze.
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank.
What is that?
You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich.
I'm not sure this has made things any better. Alright, thanks for the bullshit psych thing then.
You're welcome. Might be for the best to keep that shit forgotten though. Just my opinion. If it itches, don't scratch.
Yes, but it itches really, really bad.
Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the
It's
church.
supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah,
She looks at the old wooden church up on the poles as a mean wind comes bellowing in. The 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here. Not in a million years.
So in church in the church.
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, you two are cops.
Yes, why do you ask?
Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right?
I'll talk to him.
They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else?
What's anodic dance music?
Anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like. If it ever comes.
Enough about the church then. I had another question.
Go ahead.
You seem surprisingly comfortable with being questioned. Why is that?
Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do.
Have you been questioned before?
Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revershaw experience they get east of the river.
What's east of the river?
Rich people. Rich people are east of the river.
Who are these rich people? They sound wonderful. I'd like to be one too. They're really rich. They must be very special people to be so rich. Let me guess, these rich people are not from around here. Strange, the existence of rich people does not stir any emotion in me.
Oh, they are. And I'm scum.
I'm scum too.
She nods apprehensively.
So what trouble you gotten into? With the police?
The usual. I had a
That's
shitty
rough,
run as a
buddy.
teenager.
It's true. How are you, Misfit? What's the usual?
You know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13.
13?
Wahlberg.
What was that?
Spelling demons.
I'm sorry, why are you stressing? Book stuff? Work stuff? Bookwork stuff? I think yet to tell you how bad he wishes you were playing golf with us last night.
No,
He has not.
Spider-Man.
What was I doing
Can he
last night?
crawl up a wall? Yes, he can, because he is a spider.
Sleeping.
But
That's what I was probably doing. Book stuff, work
he's
stuff.
not
Play
a
chicken on the street stuff.
cop.
What? Chicken in the street. You calling me out? Gonna have to, well, I don't know. Oh no, street stuff. Why'd you need to move out
My
such a
dad
tender
was a
age?
drunk. Plus, I guess I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on.
8 days until release? Ooh. Get it, girl. Book. Drinking, party, and disco music are bad for you. You should take me as a warning example.
She nods very cautiously.
Actually, that's it for me.
Okay.
Stop. Never. Never, ever, for never, never. Painted with pastels. Someone's trying to bring cheer into this world. Do I have another hat I can put on? Now that mine is missing. No. Racially insensitive hat, maybe. Let's not do that one. Trash from someone in any party. Pull screw into the ice keeps the tenant wrecked. It's not the only thing that's wrecked. Oh, more tribalistic markings. This post covered in a little humanoids. Let's ignore the thing that I said.
A pane of
Break.
eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
Push.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Shortcut. Give me that money. Yoink. Okay, let's go yell at some hoodlums. Well, wait. There's someone's home away from home, just like yours. I do want a sneak peek.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Squeeze in.
Sorry, you barely have room for one.
I'm going to take a look. I'm going to take a look on my phone so I don't accidentally show the world. Ew, I like that. I love that the thing that we sent right before that is Knuckles and an echidna. We have very serious chats.
You go ahead.
But I like that cover. I like it a lot.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Okay, Kim, you don't have to fucking attack me. Smells like sweat and laundry detergent, plus a trace of ether. Nasal sprays, brand name Nosafed Ultra. Speaker, the big kind they use for live music. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. You could definitely fit your girlfriend in here.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret,
Hardcore!
Is it?
Hardcore!
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
Oh, I love it. Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
your cop training did not prepare you for this. What to do? Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
Go speak to Andre. I'm just annoyed.
I'm just the Noid. Avoid the Noid, dude. Strangely dressed young man says without looking up from his toolbox. But if I want to speak to you first.
I suck at socialising, man. If you go speak to Andre, I'll have time to tune in. Get a reading on your side.
Before he's finished talking, he's already turned back to his tools.
Maybe you should just stand there, watch him rattle his toolbox, get to know his side.
Just stand there and
The
observe him.
contents of the young man's toolbox are organized in a neat yet eclectic manner. He is constantly checking out the various tools and parts and rearranging them slightly. It's a bit hypnotizing if you look at it long enough.
I have all kinds of screws. They'll come in handy for fixing the church exterior. Talk to Andre. No point in standing here. The signs are really out of tune.
I would say I told you the signs are not in sync. Guess you need to help him and his friends out somehow. Prove that you're one of this crew. Who knows what I'll tell you. There has to be some way to talk to this person. You just haven't found it yet. Definitely not about signs. What if you just try again? Find your way out of this maze.
The young man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore.
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
Still say nothing.
Encore! All right! Yeah!
Say
He
nothing.
furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
Let's an agonized roar over the feeblish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. So hardcore.
Is it though?
Stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. It is.
What is it? I mean, really?
Puts his head to the other side like an owl.
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I was thinking that
I
too.
am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks checker. Yeah! Back to the heavyweight jam.
Says the young man with the tape player and the large boots. Lung-shaped trees sprout on his silver belt buckle.
Hardcore! Hardcore!
What is it?
Yeah!
You can and say random things all day long, but the track still doesn't sound all that hard to me.
Spinning out lyrics since the day I was born. And the amount of lyrics I got is against the law.
You're under arrest. I am the law.
Close. True, hard, full, core, hardcore. Yeah! Luckyerski, materialski.
Oh, we're gonna crack this egghead.
Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Here comes the night! We're close. True. Hard. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the Whirling Rex hostel.
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata, the place to be.
What is the Yakakata the place to be? What does that mean?
Yakokata is a hardcore place. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2. It's the message, so listen and you will see. No illusion. The spirit is what you feel. We're close. True. Hardcore. Yeah. Lucky Earth scheme.
Yeah, I messed that one up.
We're close. True.
Is this a roguelite?
Hardcore is internally coherent. All car. All right.
Please tell me, what exactly are you doing?
Gotta get the people going.
Why?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
What is the party boy?
Hardcore party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style. We're close. True. Hardcore internally. All car. All right. Gotta get the people going. I'm the party boy. It's my
I think I'm also a party boy.
track. Watch your back. Watch out for the heart attack.
What was this? Okay.
We're close. True. Hardcore is internally
This guy sucks.
coherent. All car. Gotta get the people going.
I see.
Yeah. Request. I want everybody as close to the stage as possible. We're close. True. Hardcore.
Did I?
All car. Gotta get the people going.
Oh,
I'm the party boy. It's my job. Hardcore party.
okay. I had to do all this.
True. Hardcore. Internally all car.
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore.
A little word. It
The
isn't.
question is, what is the question?
It would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was a question?
Close.
True. Hardcore. Internally all car.
He furrows his brow.
Hard. The question is, what is the question?
Just answer
But there
question.
was no question.
What's up, noodles?
What's up, kill?
We're close. True. Hardcore.
Where things are getting hardcore in here. Kill. If you didn't know.
Hardcore. Internally all car.
He furrows his.
Hardcore.
It's Haggis. I have a girlfriend. No, I got all my shoes. I lost my hat though.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other word. We're close. True. Hardcore.
This is
Internal all car.
He furrows his.
rough.
Is it though? But is it? I mean, really?
Question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
Frowns and starts bobbing his head back and forth once more. I
The
solved it.
skin on your back is crawling.
Yeah, I gave it to the girl who's stuck in the snow because her boyfriend won't let her in the tent.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
You say you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pencil wells on.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
Thinks for a moment, but his expression then his expression clears.
Ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
It's only ultra.
It is, isn't it? I knew it. But how could it become harder core? I know the answer in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hyper, how could anything be?
Sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question? Try to think if anything can make it harder core. Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police. I can't help you with this right now. I need something else, something extra.
No! This is the answer! What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
Like disconnected from Twitch. Are we back? Did I lose you guys? Okay, well, it said reconnected. So. Awesome, thank you for the alert. I'm just gonna keep going.
As your mind works, the beat recedes from your ears. You hear your own blood pulsing through your head, nourishing your thoughts with oxygen. The rhythm is familiar.
Think even harder.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
Feel the movement, blood through my head.
Abstract shapes swelling in the foreground have done so in vain. This is a core matter. The answer in the double kick that moves the milliliters through your mind. The dark thud is the source of all rhythm. The inspiration behind mathematics. The hardcore.
My imagination fails me.
I know! So does mine!
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police.
Uh-huh.
Nothing. Me being police isn't going to help us. Actually, it's more likely to hinder us.
Oh,
I can't help you with this.
yeah!
Maybe you're...
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate, in your heart that's alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every chordate animal.
Needs more bass. Man makes a sudden move like he's about to turn the volume down, but that would be ridiculous. And a melody. A good melody is what makes a song really stick, so that you can't get it out of your head anymore. One out of your head.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I don't know. I was thinking you would know. Nowhere. I'm not going to become some sort of anotic cop, too. Got enough capo types already. Oh.
I'm sorry. I don't know anything about hypnotic music.
What?
I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
He feels ashamed he can't be of more service to the future of dance music.
Okay, I'll look into it. In an official capacity, it's up to the police to make the beats go harder. Alright, I'll see if I can come with something on my own. It says an investigation.
The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Van Eyck's jam.
Yeah.
Maybe that street talker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
It's a good
There's
idea,
a
though.
hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is caught in its branches, like bronze ribbons blowing in the wind.
Check it out. Read Essentials there. I've been there.
Oh, I know. I know this. I can tell you where it is.
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge. The one that takes you to the whirling in rags and the industrial harbour. It's got the lanterns and the...
I knew that. I could have said that.
and the mosaic sidewalk.
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway.
Feels cold.
Does it?
Check it out.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Copman!
Are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation. No war, but class war.
Does that mean you're a thought reader?
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading.
Yeah! Revolution imperative!
Unless you were thinking Revolution imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
Well, I was thinking Revolution imperative. Right.
Hardcore
You're a
He's
communist?
not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
It's good you're not communist anyway. You should be an ultra-liberal. Communism is the truth. It's not to be a communist. Having extreme views on issues is detrimental to understanding all sides. Tell me something else, I could. That's kind of true, though. Having extreme views on issues is detrimental to understanding all sides. Tell me something else, I could. Is your real name Jermaine?
Dark hardcore! Jermaine Egghead!
Basically, yes it is.
Are there lungs on your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love!
L'amour, le compas. No.
Love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This strange, damaged feeling grows on and on. Cause I've never loved someone like you before.
Me?
An dopamine surge accompanies the words. It feels like electricity flowing down your scalp, dissipating into your neck. Feels good, like a spark of life in that moribund sponge you call your body.
Alright, goodbye, Egghead.
Alright! Here comes the night!
That's great.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake his
His
hand.
grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid,
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
and Egghead.
Egg!
Tape player high above his head continues to blast what's probably anodic music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many music venues have you
We
organized?
have many in the pipeline, officer.
Why are you here?
See, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Next, I want you to. Was there something you wanted? Your friend Estelle said there was a problem with the church. There's no need. The place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
Enough histrionics. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating.
Histrionics. Sorry.
Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended. Dopeheads!
Burnouts.
He really spits out and screw and starts cleaning
Well,
it.
I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that! The word! And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are.
Won't stand for narcomaniacs of any kind. No narcomaniacs on my watch. Like you may be laying this on a bit thick. What's really so bad about the dopeheads and
They're
burnouts?
spooky.
What exactly do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I will. Tell me more.
Right, man.
obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
What's the status of church? I haven't gotten inside the
I
building yet.
asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
Cool, taking an issue like this proper citizen behavior, and I endorse it. How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
85% is not good enough when you're dealing with another person's physical well-being. 5% is good enough. No one lives forever, baby.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't very hardcore of us to just lock them in like that.
What about the key?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
The speed freak dips into his belt pack and produces a yellow key. He then makes a sudden cool infused move, tossing it in your general direction. No one lives forever except Chimkin. Chimkin for life. I don't know about that long. Be the cool cop. Catch the key as it flies towards you. Let it fall to the ground, then pick it up like a normal adult person. Cool cop.
You sense the
Hell yeah.
trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left.
Gadget.
Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Thanks, man.
The speed freak nods to you. A respectful nod. You proved something here.
Right. Other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Well, who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them, and you want the police involved.
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February,
February.
it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
But you haven't physically seen anyone?
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dopeheads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
Why not? Let's go with that.
I don't see a single thing wrong with that
I'm
argument.
70% sure they're substance users.
It's going down.
Let technology fool you.
Looks little quotation marks with his fingers when he says technology. Can you tell me more about this machinery?
Annoyed about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
Probably very
With a
likely.
small surge of PEA.
They're going down. I'm yelling, Jim Goon.
This is a dark corner. Look behind it.
Jacked up to some snuff station?
Like one of those rich boy private radio stations where you can listen to people getting killed on, then jerk off to it. Sick shit.
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff. We're getting derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more.
Misfit was in here earlier and she asked if you had been in here yet and to tell me how bad he wished I was playing golf with you guys last night. Misfit's still here. Ah! Surprised me. Maybe I was there. How do you know I wasn't?
Like, you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Human. Wrong night to not be ill, but it's fine. Totally fine. I'm not mad. Oh, good. It's comforting to know you weren't mad. And are not currently. Oh, Misfits getting ideas.
Non-human means a predator.
It was this
Like-
dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab man.
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
But a man?
Stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behavior.
Are you sure there was a crab man? Ambush behavior. Crab man.
Crab man! Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should
Solid
ask her
argument.
about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering that dark building.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
What?
He's mentioned some kind of ecclesiastes in the church. Who are these ecclesiastes?
Oh, yeah. That's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
Before we go on, what do you mean by meteorin?
You know, of Meteo. Concerning Meteo.
Meteo?
Meteo, a country on Muindi. On the Muindi Isla.
You do whatever you want, girl. On the founding party. The founding party. I do know them, but can you refresh my memory?
I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
Good. Now let's talk about something else.
Yes?
I'll ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah, yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even is running water.
And it's distilled too.
Oh. It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
Good to tell you about reeks of sweat in here. I would like to do a review. I deep on a gay round and don't have time.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
Except a piece of telephone cord inspects it. Wait, I also smell ether. Why? It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent like laundry detergent.
Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid?
Productive. Yuck.
No.
It's like laundry detergent.
Sniffs the air, then shrugs.
1v1 you on Pokemon? Which Pokemon?
A shrug
Trading
is
card
not
game?
for us. Why say it when you can shrug it?
For stream? I don't know how to capture on my phone. It'd be not that fun on stream. So what's all the nose
But
fed?
what now?
Point battle, nasal spray in the corner. The nose fed ultra. You have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra. I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do.
We all do.
Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
You sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Scarlet and Violet. I don't even know where my Switch is. Your sister stole it to play Stardew.
Nosafed is the shit.
Good, now on to the next thing.
Yes. What?
Yeah.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Why can't you do both?
Okay, so the Speed Freaks want to start a club for dance music. That much checks out. Youths like music.
Youths do like music.
As though you might have liked music more when you were young, too. But you digress.
What's the gist
The
of
gist
it?
of it is, they want to turn the church into a club, but a suspicious element has overtaken the building. It's very important to understand what the gist of things is. Always consult the gist before making up your mind. This is going well. Plus, and it has to be considered, you can't invent the future of dance music in
Ad
this
starts in
small
1 minute.
tent. Imagine if you had the church. That settles it. Analysis complete. Their story checks out.
What?
It still feels as if this didn't quite go as it should have.
That's
As
it for now.
always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah.
That's not what he said. He said, be careful in there, officer, and tell us how it goes. Yeah, we'll be here.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid?
Stoops over his toolbox as usual, shuffling bolts around
That's
angrily.
fine, man. But I've got to warn ya, my signs are still off. It'll take some time for me to get my psi on.
I thought we'd be okay now,
Doing
side-wise.
what I can.
It's not easy for him. It probably took him years to get used to Andre.
Tell me about the machines.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
Supernatural. So you think it's real that it actually exists?
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs.
Plebs.
Sonic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Why are you called
The
Noid?
hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Okay. Maybe I'll come back later. Give me the hell that tent. Hey, your boyfriend and his friends are weird. Right?
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the seat.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean.
I'll help you.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
That's when you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
No, I'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in
Oh,
and
it
I
stops
saw
now.
a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall, upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me, right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
Lieutenant nods, his face is stone. What did this crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
I do believe you.
Why?
Seems too ludicrous for a lie. What will you stand to gain? Strange things happen.
Nothing. Anyway, what else?
I want to know more about your
My
associates. Blows
I
on
haven't
chill
got much to
fingers.
say about 'em.
What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
Okay, maybe I'll talk
I
later
don't know what
about
makes you
that.
think it'll be any different later, but
Okay, to the church, I guess. What? What? Feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. Sign reads Saint something. Dusty pews and shadows, many seem to be missing. Ultrasound dark or something like that. It's too dark to tell. What? What's this? Dead phone smashed receiver like someone hung up too hard. Payphones. Oh, autosave. Dangerous. Must have worked hard to smash the plastic down. Imagine why. Calls become terrible sometimes. Goes home, the electricity flows through the wires with audible power. Should try recording that. Bars cover these long, dusty windows.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
While man sits next to a sign pointed to the weather-worn ruins, he sees you approaching and
You
smiles.
officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Whoa, you and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worm-themed coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately.
Vims.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
What's so fascinating about an old empty building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raised his hands to his eyes, springtime sun warming his handsome face. All full of you turned to admire the mural before
What
you.
not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
It's research and development. Look at the building.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
I don't think I've ever heard this felt electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains.
You just
They
suit
started
jacket.
out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago.
Königstein.
After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve. I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was
It
this?
was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
Tape computer.
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their
Oh my
moonshot
God, that's a
project
lot of
never made
text.
it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building or one of the adjacent ruins.
Pauses pointing to the other buildings and
All of this
continues.
was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built matinees proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
Oh,
But of
okay.
course, what else? No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikael here to pick your brain. A very
Yeah. That's fine. You're boring. Oh, probably exchange is nothing now. It's empty. Fence box path. No way on from here.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D.
Research and development. It says it right there on the sign. Harry.
A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
My wife, I believe. Tomorrow's just a whisper
Looks
away.
like tomorrow never came.
Okay, let's go check out the crab man. Crab
The
people.
rain
Crab
windows
people.
rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside?
No, I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
This partner of his, Eyes, things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name. Don't even ask. He wouldn't answer.
Okay, let's go back down to the church. Take me to church. Bum, 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 bum. Crab people. Crab people.
Heavy wooden doors,
God,
more than twice your
people.
height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock.
Blah, 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 blah.
Into the wood.
Open.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area, its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill
Not the
great
innards.
vacuum. In the heart of the city,
In the heart of the city. Where are I? Oh, there I are. I am Weasel. Transgenius feels
Come on, dude. I'm useless. I'm chicken.
That's true. Oh, it says I should walk here, not run. Oh, it's like an immaculate chorus. Just wooden figure looks half finished. Feels like it's trying to become one with the church. Okay. More of the fork lightning pattern you saw outside. Blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. Bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it. Wild.
the silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely
Possibly. I will lose. Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums.
Do you play TCGP? Just
You can
for off
hardly
stream?
hear your own breathing.
No one battles me on that. Should I yell or stomp?
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Yell.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving.
What's
The
happening?
lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Oh. There's...
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing. It's beginning to worry
The
me.
church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
It probably has to do with the live wires in the water.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
It's definitely real. Something odd's happening
The
around us.
lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you.
Look up into the bell
The
tower.
orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Hell yeah. Crab. Big boat. Crab. Big boat. Crab. Big boat.
It's like there's something moving up there.
Where?
A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
Where? Where? Follow shadow.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
There's like a thing here, but it's like a smoke thing or a dust thing. Oh. Continue.
Officer, is there something up there?
Oh, a lieutenant follows your gaze and turns to see whatever it is that you were seeing.
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go?
Kim.
Prepare for an attack.
On the ceiling?
Yes. The darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away.
Blip. Oh, there's this crab man.
Hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Hello. I am the law.
Is that a man? A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. The crab man.
Are you the crab man?
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
The right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already.
Yeah.
Shish.
Okay, I guess I have a bit of a problem. It's been getting out of hand lately, but I'm a policeman. I need to talk to you about police things. I don't know anything about alcohol use. Oh, hell no! Run away.
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
I'm very in touch with my suffering.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit.
I don't drink just wine.
Necesita parar, homie.
Well,
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
yeah, I get it, Kim.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
For some reason, I feel like you have a point there. Who do you think you are? Some crazy guy under the roof? What is this shit? You know, alcohol is central to my identity. If I didn't drink, I just wouldn't be me. It's stupid. I don't even know what this is. It's all well and good, but we need to talk about the unlicensed occupation of ecclesiastic property. Yeah, I feel like you have a point.
Trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
Sways gently on the beam, waiting for you to take it all in.
This Mother of Silence sounds like a serious player. You might want to be careful until you find out what you're dealing with.
Some ravers want to turn this into a nightclub.
Once in the tent outside, right? I see him. Think they scared of me.
Trust you won't get in the way of some enterprising youth. Their business looks promising. Interested in a nightclub? I have to say it's a great idea. You should support it. Do they have reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
Though he used to, a long time ago.
So what do you think about the nightclub, that is?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
I'll ask again. Are you the crab man?
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
Since your neighbors came up with the name, not
I
me.
always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
What were you before you became a crab man?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
So many people losing their memory. It's a certain portent of doom. I lost my memory too, and it haunts me. Lost my memory too, but I like it. It's like I get to create a whole new me. Start again from scratch. You used to be in a gang, but you don't really remember it. Sounds convenient.
Nah, Ese, it's not like that. Best thing that could happen to you, losing your memory.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name's Harry.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
He ignores your hand. His limb's a mere shadow below the ceiling. What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
What will happen then?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
What? Who's this mother of science you keep talking about?
That's no simple question, Ese. She is one who can be painted or sculpted.
Like Muhammad.
She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
Oh, you sure you didn't just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Faith is kind of a drug. It's a kind of drug.
I heard that before, Way. And I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
Last Sunday night.
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
I think love might have been my drug of choice. I think I'm still hungover from it. I guess you have a point.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is but a drop compared to the ocean of the mother's love. The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out.
Oh. It's like a vor thing then. I was being sensitive. Sorry, let's move on.
No worries, man. I know this shit takes time.
Still don't understand what you're doing in the church.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Seeing if she is the mother of silence. Thing is good. We should all sing a bit more.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
How did you even find this place? This church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, Way. It didn't belong to me.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You know where the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
You know where the other lady is?
¿Azúcar? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
So there is another person living in the church, and it's a viejita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
And you don't know where she is.
That's what I said, Holmes.
You do not know that when you both live here.
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who is she?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer. Tremble. The time is now. Taola.
What time?
Time for the show. For Taola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream.
Taola, what's that?
Ulogu Theodos, Xeno Zausin, Ipoli Osidien, Echondes Fronisin.
Wait. When did the countdown begin?
Monday morning, the moment you arrived in this reality, are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread.
That's because of the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it?
Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos. and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
I'm sure it's not just a joke or some kind of coping mechanism. I'm a little afraid. I do think the world might end soon. Yeah, I'm gonna opt out of the whatever it is. This was a mistake.
The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
Great.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Yeah, every orb clicked. I'll keep looking around, Crabman. Let's just draw 5 on it. Figure draw a frost on 1 to do. Spider spun its web around this wood carved pillar. I forget that this is up here sometimes. Shh. Okay, we got more shoes.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
I'm sorry that you had that experience, Madcap.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
I've never messed one of these up.
I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Yeah, but this one looks like the one in the place.
It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
Careful not to. Let me just investigate it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon.
Hey, it's her.
This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
It looks like Corbett table of the film.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
No.
That's police.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of...
I'm afraid we are not doing that.
Now, can you please repeat the password? Still? No. Received. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log? I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine? That's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
I'm finished.
Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is nothing happens.
Portable Harman washer tape recorder. Two decks of reel-to-reel tape spinning on empty.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
By chance heard the viejita say the password to her radio computer?
Too many times, essay. You need it for something.
It's for a first-degree murder investigation.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrow, but doesn't say anything.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
That is true. But what comes after death?
What you think of
life? Because life just
Makes
keeps
me
going.
almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it.
The little nihilist.
I think we're done here, essay.
The figure crawls off into the darkness.
That
but
was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
The machine's keyboard, the speaker.
Good afternoon. Good. Please, good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre accident. Is there anything else? Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read the printout.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
You think the slug might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
Read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place. That the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving.
Did you?
What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
Not that I see. Not my chat. I don't see it. What was that about narcotics? This could be narcotics.
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids. Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold, and in an awful part of town.
Third entry.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Eska series, something advanced.
Why would you need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
Read the 4th entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simor for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked.
That sounds right.
I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Data loss.
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Artists, programmers, Lexi. Who are all these
I think
people?
these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area.
Oh.
They must be our former co-workers.
Read the 5th entry.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
Read the 6th entry.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to
That's
Lintel for
a
a while
heck-
now, trying to recreate the
Heck
data
of
loss,
a
but nothing. Didn't even feel like
jump.
logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Oh yeah, we saw that too.
Is she talking about?
That's right, towards the silence. Right.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
How so?
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
But what could it
The
be?
lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
Read the 8th entry.
March 51.
Oh,
Some kind
that's
of
this
young
month, I
disco
think.
men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the
Oh.
silence to find the epicenter.
Not
but
us.
now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again.
Hardcore.
Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, One of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
Must be describing itself.
Girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
Read the ninth entry.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has
Oh,
tried
that's
to
us.
access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
Oh, that's me. I was the one who broke into that radio computer, and the storekeeper must be Plaisant.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine.
Read the 10th entry.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers.
Me.
Ping Ping energy drinks.
Ping Ping.
Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air.
Shopping list.
Your reading was interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
Ruh-roh.
A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Ruh-roh. That woman's strange. Just goes,
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine
I do
reboots.
apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're not just breaking in. I'm pursuing a mysterious lead, searching for my lost identity. We're here on a side case representing certain music venue organizers.
Well, you won't find any music venue organizers here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
Kneel.
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Close your eyes.
The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside. The ocean feels distant, its ebb and flow blocked off by the centuries-old pinewood sarcophagus around you. In the darkness, you sense her eyes on you, inspecting you with their multicolored glass, as if you're a bug under a microscope.
Open.
The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse?
Morning.
As that terrible word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
Do the same as
Your
you get up.
fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Who's this, Kim?
It's Dolores Day. The old woman was right. This is the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the Small Pinewood Church in some records.
You know the place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it.
Okie
It was
dokie.
built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not
There's
believe
literally
we'll find
2
anything
people in here.
connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
A pang of guilt. The lieutenant is leaving something out.
Do you know why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here.
Who conducted this raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
You're not sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I guess I could have been here.
I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
If I was here, I should find out what I was doing.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is
That's where hippopotamus go to school.
The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being
It's
ever
like
to have lived.
Joan of Arc.
No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It
Not my brain thing.
Deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
It exactly isn't innocence. I've heard of the system. Was there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
No. Was there something bad about her? I want to know.
You already do. Although she's often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day. Constantly surrounded by her terriers, she was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs.
Wahapa.
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocent.
Who wrote this game?
Parts of the world were experiencing.
There's so much world building.
Accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity.
It's dystopian.
She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
Tense, calm voice that goes in the cold air of the church.
What are you thinking of?
Lieutenant W. Freighter, actually. She's somehow connected to the case. Glowing lungs. That's fucked up. She's not human. War criminal. She's beautiful.
She's been dead for 300 years. I am almost 1,000% certain she isn't connected to the case.
Takes the glasses off to clean.
None of this is, in fact. This church, the coast, this isn't a good place to get lost in.
An imperceptible tinge of fear. The lieutenant is afraid of this place. The shards glimmer in the dark. You see little pearls of light on the edges of the crack that splits the female figure. Something was written there. Remains of broken letters line the emulsion. What it said, you do not know. The mother of humanism stands above nothing, just the edge of the...
What is it?
Just 100 on keyboard gently limit. I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
Does not look like a big loss, sir. Are you the lead programmer of All Unearthed and Tethered by chance?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Or, no, not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Right, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Have you seen the Crabman?
No.
Do you know he's around?
Yes.
He's seen you. And the Crabman has seen you.
I don't care. I don't care about crabmen.
Wow, she really doesn't. Not afraid, this one.
Where are there so many machines?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR-1 as my RAIN Prefect's processing unit.
Wait, what?
RAIN Prefect. My radio computer.
Antenna is its processing unit?
You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
I know a little.
Alright. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
An AR-1, is it a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable.
My hair is bad. But
it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
what are you doing with your radio
I'm
computer?
working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
On what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do. And you're not helping.
What about those bowls of water over
They are
there?
connected to my RAIN Prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
I'll try not to touch anything. Next question.
Great.
What are you doing in band church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
There's a hint of amusement in her tired eyes.
Bloodshot. She really hasn't been getting much sleep lately, has she?
Police officers, my job to ask questions.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
What
I'm
research?
looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves.
Ah.
That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
The hole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have?
It doesn't.
How do you
That's
measure
the
something
point.
that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer. Blah?
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
It doesn't mean we're not living in a world that has holes in it. I hate that. I see myself. I mean, I do and I don't, because I'd rather... Whatever. I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist. Let me measure it. No, I'm not sure for... I'm not here for science. I just want to solve a murder so I can go home. Ad starts in 1 minute. Can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it.
I don't know. Are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. But how do I figure it out?
I can't understand.
You measure it by its surroundings. By that which does exist. Which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence. To find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
She grows silent, staring at her circle of basins. It looks like some ancient ritual.
But does it have anything to do with necroplasmic life forms? Ghosts, in everyday parlance.
Anything to do with ghosts? No idea where this hole might be located. You said the research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error. Trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
There's ghosts in here! Does it have anything to do with ghosts?
No, I don't think so. I don't believe in ghosts.
Right, nothing to do with ghosts.
You do know there's no need to officially document this information.
What the hell?
She has already turned back to her keyboard.
That's all I
Great.
want to know about this
Thanks.
2mm hole in the wall. How do you feel about anodic dance music?
What? I hate it.
Are you 40? It's future dance music. Same here, it just doesn't connect here. Tap on your heart. Not like disco does anyways. Oh, that's quick. Why do you hate it?
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. But how do you feel about a club for anodic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build
Take
then?
a guess, why don't you?
Youth center would be nice. A petting zoo, a place for animals. Maybe some community space to help the elderly. Still convinced they want to establish a nightclub for anodic dance music. They said it's their dream.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Okay. Feels like this has been a giant waste of time, which I'm sure Kim already... What the... Hey, dancing people. I definitely remember how to get here. I talked to you.
Hello again.
Actually, this isn't. Wait, did I get something? No. Oh, I got shoes.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
And? What happened?
About the church, I checked it out. I talked to the crabman.
Oh man! Who is he? What did you think?
Seemed okay, to be honest. Very spiritual. Give me this odd lecture on alcoholism before rambling on and on about mother's love.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Preaching and praying from the looks of it. He clearly enjoys physical activity. Guy climbs like a freak. I think he's getting high or something.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Of course he's a problem. He's a crab man. He keeps himself physically active, thinks spiritual thoughts, and doesn't drink. Who am I to evict such a person? As far as I could tell, he's not going to leave. He'll climb around up there, and you guys will never catch him. Actually, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I don't really think he gives a damn about you or anyone
I
else.
guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
That's right, Egghead.
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I was using the mainframe when Suna, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
So you guys haven't been completely honest with me about your plans.
Come on, man. Who will you trust? The spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place.
Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
The stuffy temp muffles the last two words. The command fails to impress. I'm really not feeling it at all.
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Yeah, Oda 9. Rocking it or dropping it?
She did not like the Anodic Dance Club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until her project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution. I could go for another try, bring down the Hammer Law.
Look at you, Honor Man.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist. Coexist.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Anodic dance music?
She absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it. She gets down. I mean, who doesn't? Just listen to that crazy pulse.
Egghead cannot believe what she just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent. Good luck, my friend.
Nothing jumps out to you. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Sue said they haven't been honest with me. Because I could swear something's not adding up here.
How about you get out and breathe? The air in the tent is too thick for you to think clearly.
Goodbye, officer.
Well. Okay. Guess we'll walk around some more. It seems like it's kind of at a dead end right now, so I don't know.
Winter, slow to let go of Revachol. Flecks some
Look
more.
around.
The snow falls lazily.
Hey,
making
what's
the
over
deep
here?
Sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring.
How's it feel?
The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandma
I
is
don't
there.
really
We should
care.
keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up?
Okay. So it's not yours. You didn't crash every MC in Revachol, hopefully. Oh, we've already been here. Motor carriage.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Take a closer
It's
look.
streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed.
Gross.
A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
There might be a clue.
You think our suspect is a seagull who's been defecating on unsuspecting jackets?
No.
Me neither.
You should still take it.
I took it.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
How does this jacket get so
It's a
disgusting?
sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously.
Think about it.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Okay, but what's the crust made of?
Somehow, it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night.
Okay, that's pretty disgusting. I've had enough.
Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
Ew.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
Extract root vagrants have tried to make the boardwalk habitable, if you will. Coin-operated weighing machine hasn't been used for a decade. That's 10 years. Glasses, +2 encyclopedia, -1 perception. Mega binos prescription lenses. Vagrants have recently painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. What? Sorry. Belch. Excuse me. Big wine canister. It's open and empty. Fine, I found a lot of... Hello, you cryptozoologist. Oh, pause.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Hold on, that is awful. Isn't it just the rotting fish?
Don't be naive.
What is it then?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Kim, what's that smell?
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Eyes up, detective. Something's not right here.
Careful there. These floorboards look rotten and weak.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Kebab. Examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
Okay.
A tragedy.
Looks at the can, eyes watering from the smell.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Examine the cigarette
Whoever
package.
tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra.
See the
You see
kebab wrapper.
traces of mayonnaise
That man
and
dead.
ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads, Shish Kebab Revachol. It's hard to concentrate in the smell.
This man dead.
A man lies on the boardwalk,
Oh.
his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on.
Lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. Two bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any sign of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
So the man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made. A cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue? Oh no, this sounds terribly familiar.
Search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Study the man himself.
Man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits.
See him in his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely.
Oh.
Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last.
Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
It's hard to say.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Step on the
They
floorboards.
screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us.
He looks at 2 other bottles forgotten near the coin-operated viewer. And the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Looking.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
In a ditch, Off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop.
Step back.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
A dead working-class man with a bottle in his hand? Don't deceive yourself. You know who this is.
We know who this is. It's the working class woman's missing husband. Dead on the boardwalk.
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband?
Leather jacket. Matches her description perfectly. Holes all around. Point. She said he was drinking somewhere in Martinet. Library card. He was supposed to return, but...
The bright blue lining? Well, he's definitely someone's husband.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's
They'll
dangerous.
seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
Could it be related to the lynching?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Yes, but what if there's a killer on the loose? 2 suspicious deaths in such a short time frame.
It's a different MO, though, so I don't really think it's a sequence killer. Unless he got shot in the head, and then they shoved his head against the bench to...
Without any further evidence, yes.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks.
Right.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with them?
From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
What about field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of sloppy?
Maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. The guys at processing will take care of the rest.
We found out we should finish this.
Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from Mike and Emma. Let them know we are taking the case.
The library card is folded into 2 and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July
Billy.
53.
Look at the back.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business at...
Good. We should give them a call from Mike and Emma. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinting Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Yeah, no. +1 to Kingdom of Conscious. +1 to Computer. Um. Because I'm on the boardwalk. Which probably smells like tasty fermentation. Why can't I not? Why can't I go? Oh, why can't I fast travel and disco? Disco. Okay, that's weird. So let's run back to the church and then it should work. Just right here. Yep. Yeah, haha.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox. As you tap on the gate...
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlight.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
Identify middle-aged man, height 100, dark hair, medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk, and hit his head against a metal
We
bench.
suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, it seems like it was an accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He's wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
Central Jamrock Public Library belongs to someone named Billy Megin.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Please connect me to Jamrock Public Library.
I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
It just
We
closed.
should try again during business hours.
Anything else, Detective?
No.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
I wonder if she's in here. Nope. Must have smelled a potato cellar in Springham, and it's from there, but... Oh, I didn't see these guys here. Okay. You guys have anything to say to me?
Again? I can't believe this shit.
What is it? Oh.
I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say?
Okay.
Okay.
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop. Go on with your cop work. Don't let me stop you again.
I'm a cop.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
Like a man down on his luck. I'm trying real hard here, man.
Oh, well, go solve your case then. That would count as trying hard.
He didn't answer your question.
So that's a question for. Why not?
Because it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging?
You don't want to answer questions. Maybe you want to hear me say things?
Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
Hear that? He wants you to say things. Say one. Suddenly,
Hell yeah.
out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
Okay, I'm doing this investigation. It turns out he was shot and hanged.
You think he was hanged as a cover-up? To hide the shooting?
Basically.
Okay, well...
His hair. He corrects his hair. Why am I telling you
I
this?
don't know. Why are you?
Who knows why we do the things we do? Somehow, bouncing those ideas off the man with sunglasses felt calming. Like you've done it before.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it?
Talk about the hanging
Okay,
again.
why not?
Man is hanged.
So, do you know who hanged him?
Not yet.
Yeah, I can see that.
What?
I don't know. Oh my god, there's more.
Yes? What is it?
Are we or are we not from the same police station?
God damn it, you leave her alone. Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be professional for once for.
Can I actually help you with something?
Yes, of course. Preposterous. I mean, you would remember if they were, right? Who forgets their squad mates? That's not possible.
Are you with him?
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
He's an asshole.
You're an asshole. You know what? Maybe we're both assholes.
Please, let's not turn this into another exchange, okay?
Mine is black. What does that mean?
It means I'm a patrol officer, sir.
Okay.
Again, you find yourself looking at that big old...
Why is that not time yet? Should we talk?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Yeah, well. I want to talk about the hanging. I just found a bullet in the hangman's head. It's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardy boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
This person Glenn wants to hire, he really respects her.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here.
This lady?
Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. End.
Points to Lieutenant.
You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Not frozen.
We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
Just found a bullet in the Hanged Man.
A bullet, you say? That's mighty curious.
Indeed. Mighty. How did it get there?
Tense fixed on Titus.
Well, there are so many bullets in the world, and so many heads. I guess it's only logical. At some point, one of them bullets had to end up in one of them heads.
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking, of course.
I think the hanging was a cover-up for the shooting.
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid, and his brain grew around the bullet.
Misfit.
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
They're only pretending to enjoy this. Beneath the act, they don't like you knowing this.
Did you guys shoot him?
Shit! I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk.
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk. Better hope he stays sober.
No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you shoot him before you hanged him?
Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time.
I'm going to ask you again. Why was this in the victim's head?
Wow! He's got it in a real evidence bag and all!
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened.
Never been worried in my life, lawman.
Because his hairy arms haven't forgotten his beer for a moment.
It's not like he blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there somewhere.
I found someone who saw the hanging. A witness.
A witness? You ain't got shit. The locals would never come to you with this.
That's just cop tactics, Titus. Next, he's gonna tell you one of us already rolled on the others, and is in witness protection.
A witness isn't a local.
Well, let's hear it then. Who is your mystery fella?
He's not alarmed by the sudden appearance of a witness, but he is surprised.
Yeah, right. Like we wouldn't know if an MI plant was in our town. Nice try, right?
I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. Tell us, Copper, what wacky claims did he make?
So the hanging went down very quietly. No shouting, no commotion. Witness said he saw two people of Arapaige descent and one mask. The witness said it all looked like a surreal play. Enough about the witness.
Arab guy? Boss, I think he's trying to say me and Theo.
Well, yeah. What is confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Elaine were there too. I already told you. We were all there.
It said the hanging went down very quietly. No shouting, no commotion.
You assholes that feel the need to go around like a fucking brass band. The Hardy Boys are dead silent.
As far as I can tell, I'm kind of talking normally, and y'all keep shouting at me.
Yeah.
A bunch of
it's like they
fucking
put cowbells on
peanut
you
gallery.
before they send you to the streets. What's with the cowbells, policeman?
Wouldn't say I look like a surreal
Those
play.
flaccid MI cocks with their culture language. Everything's a surreal play or sublime whatever. Doesn't mean anything.
It means the whole scene was long and drawn out, like it was from a film.
What is this fella's problem? Sorry we didn't make it more action-packed. It wasn't the first thing on our minds, you see?
Shanky. It's Shanky, right? I thought there's something wrong about the lynching story. Now I know there was.
You don't know shit.
I know you are lying, Shanky.
He writes in his notebook.
You didn't break this wagon fort, but you did manage to rattle the people inside a bit.
Some witness. I pulled the same shit. Came up with some shit, then went and said it to people. Get a reaction. Don't have to go to cop school to try that.
You don't have to go to school for shit. I never went to school, and I'm doing great.
Explains a lot, Glenn.
You're doing a hell of a job, man. Hell of a job.
Okay, maybe it doesn't feel like this did anything to them, but they have to be fretting a little. Everyone is afraid of witnesses. Witness is a scary word.
Oh, talk about that
Again,
here.
just get the dead guy's autograph. Since you...
Good one, Titus.
About fucking time.
Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
I'm the only thing keeping this down from going to hell, and you're not helping.
Stop shitting your pants. You don't need to know, all right? We took care of it. The law handled it.
Yeah. Aren't you listening? It's done. Finito.
Guess we're both the law around here if you start to think about it. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm not the law after all. Maybe everyone's been lying to me. I am the law.
For God's sake, stop shouting! Stop breaking things in my establishment! Stop provoking those oafs!
Sounds like someone's damn broke.
They're not going to give you anything. Can't you see? I can't have a police interrogation in here. People are trying to eat.
Doesn't concern you, cafeteria manager.
Of course it concerns me if you make this kind of...
Easy, babes. What is this? I can't have a slap fight in my bar. It's embarrassing.
We are deep in Far's territory. We need to cool off and re-engage later.
Everyone can see you picked some wrong options. Next time you have to come up with better things to say.
Talking shit.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
I think it might be bedtime. It's 1 a.m. We would go for a little over 2.5 hours. Oh no, I did a quick save when I can just actually save. I don't know. I did okie dokie tonight. See if that works tomorrow too. What are we going right out to tonight? There's Neo playing Final Fantasy VII. Pawns playing Rain World. Mal, we haven't done a Mal raid in a minute. Is Mal going to be on for a minute? Wow, I don't know. I did. It's all in all capitals. Yeah, command doesn't work when it's in all capitals. Is that not my command? Did I do something wrong? Or am I dumb? Kill, what's my command? Ah, don't look at that. What is my... Isn't it raid? Are none of my commands working? Mix it up is up. So why aren't my commands working? Okay, well, here's if you're subscribed and if you're not subscribed. That's weird. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, we're going to send it over to Mal. Thank you guys for hanging out. I should be back tomorrow with Metaphor. Thursday with Sly. Choked on that. Sly Cooper. Friday with Claire Obscure, and then back here on Tuesday with more Disco Elysium. Until then, thank you all so much for hanging out. Please enjoy the rest of your day and or night. Please remember to be kind to one another, and I will see you all in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.